And the winner is the red shirt! Yay! Go red, go red, go red, go red. What's up, you guys? I have a best and worst of 2013 video for you. So I know this video is kind of late, but you know, I had stuff to do. So I've split the books that I read up last year into some categories. I got the worst category and the best category, and I have subcategories underneath that. So yeah, I'm just all categorized and stuff in this video. Anyway, let's get started with the worst. So last year I DNF'd, which if you don't know what that means, did not finish The Fifth Wave. I seriously read almost half that book and I just was like, I do not want to read this. I do not want to read this. I do not want to read this. And so, you know what? I was like, I'm not gonna read this. Didn't finish it and gave it away to Keisha with the bookmark still in it. And there were two books that were not as good as I thought they were gonna be, and that is The Fault in Our Stars. Obviously, I've talked about it before. You know I didn't like the Amsterdam situation. And The Ocean at the End of the Lane. This book had so much potential, but it just, no. So that's it with the worst category. Now let's get on to the good stuff. Standalones. My two favorite standalones from last year. Young adult standalone, that was my favorite, was Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. Of course, I rave about it all the time. And I'm pretty sure the second one is categorized as adult, even though it could be young adult, is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. Loved it. Had all of the geeky, nerdy, technological gaming things that I like. And then we have the best first books in the series that I read last year, and the first one is Infinity by Sherilyn Kenyon. It is the first book in the Chronicles of Nick series. It was awesome. It's at New Orleans. It's about all things supernatural. It has hilarious characters and they're smart asses and I love them. And Grave Mercy by Robin Lefevre, which is the first book in the His Fair Assassins trilogy. Loved. It's about one of the daughters of the god of death, and she gets trained by some nuns to be an assassin, and there's a guy and there's a story and a story and a story, and it's just so good. Then there's the books that I did not expect to like as much as I did last year, and the first one is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. Oh my god. It was so good. It was so good. And the second book is The False Prince, which is the first book in the Ascendants trilogy. Bunny sent me this book to review and I was like, okay, I'll review it. It sounds mildly interesting. And then I got to reading it and I was like, whoa, this is awesome. This book is so good. So yeah, I kind of like pre-ordered the third book. And then there are the best second books in the series, and the first one is Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor, which is the second book in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone series. And this book was just great, and it just had war and lots of war and war. And then, of course, Never Fade by Alexandra Bracken, second book in the Darkest Minds trilogy. In the YA dystopian world, she is like the best with the characters. Like, I love all of her characters, and then the side characters are even better than the main characters, and I love all of them together, and when they're talking and they have conversations and they do all these things and they're so awesome. I love them. Next is the best duology that I read last year, and I'm pretty sure you already know what it's gonna be. Eon and Iona, and Iona's upside down. No words. You already know how much I love these books. You just already know. And the last category is the best book that I read all year, and I am ashamed to say that I don't even have a copy of it. And if you know me, you probably can guess that it's Aleph the Unseen by G. Willow Wilson. It was just so good, so all the good things that you want in a book, it had all of the plot, all of the good characters, all of the bad characters. It had the religion, and it had the politics, and it had the philosophy, and it had the technology and the nerdiness and it also had adventure and fantasy, and there was nothing that was left out of this book. It had everything. I loved it. That's all. So I just had the best idea ever. I'm gonna do a giveaway. So, of the best and worst books that I mentioned in this video that I read last year, I'll have 3 winners. Each of the 3 winners gets to pick 2 books. You get 2 books. So just let me know down below which 2 books that you want to get if you win. Yeah. Here's the rules. You gotta be a subscriber. You have to comment about which book you want to win. And that's it. I would say you gotta be 18 or older, but nobody really checks that shit anyway, so who cares? And it's open internationally! Woo! Well, that is all that I have for you guys today. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please direct them down below to my belly